Man, it's been like way too long. I haven't talked about the Bible. I haven't triggered the Christians with my very literal interpretation of Genesis, and well, it's time to do that again. What is up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you beautiful, blasphemous bastards? Welcome back to The Rage. I am the Raging Atheist. And today, we're gonna be looking at that stupid ass Bible again. But first, gotta send that shout out to my patrons. You guys are the shit. Without your support, I wouldn't have any support because this channel doesn't make any income whatsoever. So I really want to thank you guys. And I do have Patreon exclusive video logs coming out. It's going to be a weekly thing. Should be starting soon. So look at Patreon and I'll announce it officially once I have the first one up. Alright, so we did Genesis chapters 1 through 10, part 10 being that special Smoky Saint edition. But now we're getting to the meat. We're getting to the good stuff now. You know, we've gotten past that whole, genocide of the entire human race thing that God did. And, we got past that whole Noah's a douchebag that didn't try to save anybody, even though Christians try to pretend like he preached to everybody in the world when he couldn't have possibly done that. We got past all of that stuff. All of that stuff. And now we live in a new world in chapter 11. Noah's gone. Over the space of 4 or 5 generations, they completely repopulated the entire fucking area, if not the entire planet. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. And then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth." Alright, so after Noah and his family somehow fucked their way into populating the known world at the time, people migrated east and they all had one language and they came together and they made this one big city and they said, "Hey, we're gonna build a tower that goes all the way to heaven." And this is the Tower of Babel. This is the tower that Christians will claim is something that really happened, even though there is no evidence that it did. No archaeological evidence uncovered of this city or this tower. Nothing in the human record that this ever happened. I mean, as far as I know. Comment in the comment section below if I'm wrong, please, and let me know the truth of it. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. And the Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other." Alright, so let me get this straight. After God intervenes with mankind because he found them evil, he killed all of them except for Noah and his family. And now, because he saved Noah and his family, the only pure man left on the face of the planet, Noah, and Noah's descendants have come together to do this great thing. These marvels of the time, the Tower of Babel. But God didn't like that. God looks down on this human achievement and says, "This I cannot have." And once again impedes the free will of humankind by coming down and confusing their language. And so the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. And that is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. So they called this land Babel because God chose to intervene in the free will of humanity. The free will of mankind, saw this marvelous thing that humanity was doing and said, nope, I can't let you do that. So he confuses the speech so they cannot understand each other. And then he spreads them across the entire earth. I guess this is how my people, the Native Americans, came to America. But we just know that's not the case, don't we? We know this is not the case. We know that this is fiction. And from here, we're going to get a lot more lineages, and we're going to go back to Noah to do it. So this is the account of Shem's family line. 2 years after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old, he became the father of Arphaxad. And after he became the father of Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad had lived 35 years, he became the father of Shelah. And after he became the father of Shelah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. Alright, so here we have a major inconsistency in this biblical Genesis narrative. If you don't remember, go back, check it out, talked about it in a previous chapter. God thought that humans were living too long, so when he killed everybody, he limited the time that we lived. So we were only supposed to be living to 120 years max. We know that, that's a little old even by our standards today, but God limited it to 120 years max, supposedly after Noah. But here we have Arphaxad, Noah's son, living 440 fucking years. And I guess this makes sense, because if you can live for like 400, 500 years and you're fucking the whole time and you're producing children the whole time, maybe, just maybe, you can populate this fucking area in the Middle East. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he became the father of Eber. And after he became the father of Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Eber had lived 34 years, he became the father of Peleg. And after he became the father of Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Peleg had lived 30 years, he became the father of Reu. And after he became the father of Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and had other sons and daughters. All right. I see what's happening here. Because God, who's all powerful, who's omnipotent, can do whatever the fuck he wants, couldn't just snap his fingers and say, hey, you humans are not living as long as before. It has to be a process. It has to be a degradation. It has to be generations. God just can't do that thing. So humans live shorter and shorter lives going forward. But, here in the modern age, humans are living longer than ever, at least as far as we know, because this book is fucking fiction. We are living a lot longer now than we ever have before, and guess what? That's like 90 to 100 years tops. When Reu had lived 32 years, he became the father of Sooooo, and after he became the father of Sooooo, Reu lived 207 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Sooooo had lived 30 years, he became the father of Nahor. And after he became the father of Nahor, Sooooo lived 200 years and had other sons and daughters. Again, like this repetition, these genealogies over and over and over a fucking again is one of the major reasons, outside of the absolute fiction of it, that this holy Bible is one of the stupidest fucking books I have ever read in my life. And when Nahor had lived 29 years, he became the father of Terah. And after he became the father of Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and had other sons and daughters. And after Terah had lived 70 years, he became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Yeah, like just so boring, so really, really stupid. And here we have the birth of Abram. which I'm gonna take is probably pretty important to this fictional timeline. This is the account of Terah's family line. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was still alive, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans, in the land of his birth. Abram and Nahor both married. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. She was the daughter of Haran, the father of both Milcah and Iscah. Now Sarai was childless because she was not able to conceive. Yep, that's right, people. We've come to the story of Abraham. Father of the Jews, I do believe that we are finally there. It only took 11 fucking chapters. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, the wife of his son Abram, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years, and he died in Haran. You know, it's been quite a while since I read this Bible, and I haven't read chapter 12 yet. But I do believe Abram is Abraham. Maybe I'm wrong. Christians, tell me how wrong I am in the comment section below if I'm jumping the gun a bit here. But I do believe that we are to the story of Abraham. And I do think that the story of Abraham would make a perfect time to do a Bible is Stupid live stream. So look forward to that. And if you would like to participate, if you would like to be a part of the interpretation of Genesis, well then, join that live stream. Be in the side chat. Maybe I'll even open up the room. I think that that would be a lot of fun. As always, I'm your boy Nakasuchi. This is The Rage, and I am the Raging Atheist. If you like these videos, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, share us on your social media, as that's the only way we can grow. We are not monetized anymore. The algorithm does not like this channel. It is your support, it is your enthusiasm for the channel that will help the channel grow. And I want to thank you for it.